Requirements for refrigerant oil. Needs to be clean and dry. Proper viscosity for the compressor. Compatible with a refrigerant in system. Designed to work properly in low side temperature range. Should have the lowest wax content possible. Methods for adding refrigerant oil. Use system's compressor. Tubing from the suction line is immersed in oil. Run compressor to draw the oil into the compressor. Add a through oil plug in crankcase housing. Evacuate crankcase. Equalize pressure. Remove oil plug and add oil. Replace oil plug and evacuate compressor. Added using a service cylinder, pumped in manually using a special pump. Caution. Exercise extreme caution when adding oil to the refrigerant system. If an HVACR system has too much oil, the compressor could be damaged by pumping out liquid oil. Servicing an air-cooled condenser. I'd like to start off at first saying it's never this easy to do as they show in the picture. You can see he's not wearing gloves. He should, because the chemicals used do irritate your skin. You need to wear goggles. I would also suggest that maybe a face shield would be a good thing to have when cleaning units. It's something I carried in my truck for spraying off of units, because just because you don't get it in the eyes doesn't mean you're not going to get in your ears, your nose, and your mouth. You're going to be cleaning off the film and dust and dirt off that accumulates on fins. This debris will inhibit heat transfer, reduce the system's efficiency, increase head pressure, and various other problems. Regular cleaning is essential. This all depends on where the unit's at. If it's lucky and the unit's on a rooftop unit and there's not a lot of debris on the roof, there's no trees that are higher than the roof, you might not need to clean it that often. But I've seen units that were on a roof near a lot of trees and they had to be cleaned monthly. Removing air-cooled condensers. You have to recover the refrigerant from the condenser or pump down into a receiver. Equalize pressure. Clean the condenser. Remove access doors as necessary. Hardware. Sometimes it's easy just to clean it in place without trying to take everything apart, and it's going to have to be at your discretion if that's possible to be done or not. Remove fans, fan brackets, belts, and motors if necessary. Clean the tubing joints and then disconnect. Immediately plug refrigerant openings. And they're talking about removing a coil to be cleaned. Again, if it's a condensing coil on the outside of the building, it's not a problem to be done in place. Repairing an air-cooled condenser. Clean condenser. Remove the refrigerant. Flush tubing with nitrogen. Make repair braze joint leaks, cracked tubes, bent fins. Use a fin comb to straighten out the fins. Test condenser for leaks. Servicing a water-cooled condenser. Common problems. Cooling water flow in the water loop. Leak in the refrigerant piping. Scale buildup. Check head pressure and water temperatures at the inlet and outlet. If replacing a unit, shut down or lock out the electrical service. Clean away all spilled water as it is conductive and could carry electrical current. Take precautions against freezing moisture. Cleaning water-cooled condensers. Shut down and lock out electrical power. Close water supplies, then drain water. Remove and flush strainer and filters. Replace cartridge filters. Use a brush to remove scaling. Flush away all debris. Removing water-cooled condensers. Shut off the water supply. Disconnect the water lines. Drain water from the condenser. Flush with flowing nitrogen, air, or carbon dioxide. Remove refrigerant from condenser and isolate it. Clean and dry the condenser section. Disconnect joints and plug any openings. If the condenser is heavy, use a lift device. Repairing water-cooled condensers and liquid receivers. It's usually cheaper to replace them than to repair them. Repair work may need to be done by a pressure vessel certified welder. If repaired, must be tested and certified before use. Attempt liquid receiver repair only with permission of local inspector. Servicing water valves. Common problems: inadequate water flow, excessive water flow, constant water flow, causing improperly sized water valves, improperly calibrated water valves, scale buildup. Removing water valves. Shut off and lock out the refrigeration system. Shut off the water supply. For electrical water valves, disconnect wires of the electrical circuit that controls the valve. For pressure operated water valves, close the shutoff valve if present. If not, wear goggles and follow specific removal procedures for that model. Repairing water valves. It is usually better to replace a worn valve than to repair it. If cleaning is needed, use muriatic acid solution with a wire brush. If packing is leaking, replace packing. Electrical water valves, replace coil that has a short or an open circuit. Thermostatic water valves, replace the element if charge is lost. Installing and adjusting water valves. Adjust to correct opening size. Test pressure operated water valves. Use portable water cylinder and pressure gauge. Check for water or refrigerant leaks. Monitor head pressure, water flow, and water temperature. Servicing cooling towers. Yearly, repair corrosive spots. Monthly, inspect fan, motor bearings, and oil sleeves. Grease fan, coil, ball bearings. Inspect and adjust belts. Clean strainer. Monthly, inspect water valves and adjustment flow. Inspect and clean spray nozzles. Inspect water level bleed. Inspect the air inlet screens. Inspect water for algae, leaves, and other particles.